Luce is a beautiful young lady. She had a fair complexion, long dark hair that cascaded down her back like a waterfall of night, and captivating brown eyes that held a universe of unspoken emotions. Despite her stunning appearance, she was a rather shy person. She worked at a local coffee shop where she spent most of her waking hours. Her life was simple and predictable until one day everything changed dramatically. It started subtly with a few unanswered texts and missed phone calls. At first, it wasn't a big deal. She thought maybe his boyfriend was just busy or had misplaced his phone. But as days turned into weeks, the pattern continued. He became increasingly distant, spending more time on his phone and less time with her. It was as if a wall had been erected between them, a wall built of glowing rectangles and blue light. Now she found herself sitting in their favorite park, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. She was waiting for him to arrive, but he was late. She pulled out her phone to check for messages, but there were none. A feeling of dread began to creep up on her, cold and constricting like a winter's grip. Was this the new normal? Had they drifted so far apart that a simple evening together was too much to ask for? As the minutes ticked by, she couldn't help but glance at the other couples in the park, their laughter echoing in her ears. Some were sharing an ice cream cone, others were lost in conversation, and some were simply holding hands. Each couple was a tiny universe unto itself, bound by a shared connection that she yearned for. Suddenly, a figure emerged from behind a cluster of trees. It was him, his face illuminated by the soft glow of his phone. He was smiling, but not at her. As he sat down, he continued to scroll, his attention fully absorbed in the digital world. She wanted to reach out, to touch him, to pull him back to reality. But something held her back, perhaps the fear of shattering the fragile peace that had settled between them. Instead, she let him continue, pretending to be engrossed in her own thoughts. The silence stretched, punctuated only by the distant laughter and the soft rustle of leaves. The weight of his phubbing, his snubbing because of his phone pressed down on her, suffocating her with its heaviness. After what felt like hours, he finally looked up, his eyes apologetic. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice strained. "I didn't realize I was ignoring you." "It's all right," she replied, forcing a smile. But deep down, a part of her was already growing weary of these empty apologies. This wasn't the first time. In fact, it had become a regular occurrence. He reached out to take her hand, but she pulled away, her heart aching with a sadness she couldn't understand. Why was she so affected by this? She knew. She knew that her boyfriend was cheating on her. His constant use of his phone was a clear indication. Why did she stay with him? What was she waiting for? Her friends had been telling her this for months. They were right. Why didn't she break up with him? Well, she loved him. She loved the man that he was when he wasn't on his phone. The problem was that he was always on his phone. He was a chronic phubber. According to a recent survey, about half of Americans admit to phubbing their partners, ignoring them for their phones. And 42% of those surveyed said they'd experienced phubbing from their significant other. One study even reported that the majority of women between the ages of 18 and 34 have been phubbed by their partner. Phubbing can be a sign of disrespect and dismissiveness in a relationship. When your partner does this, it sends the message that you and your needs aren't important. Instead, their phone and whatever is on it takes priority. It also suggests that they don't value quality time spent together. It could mean that they think you're boring and don't want to engage with you. Or it might indicate that they'd rather be doing something else and would rather be doing anything than being with you. How do you know when someone is phubbing you? There are 3 main signs. Number 1 is they ignore you while you're talking to them. This is probably the most obvious sign. If they're on their phone and not paying attention to you, then they're likely phubbing you. Number 2 is they prefer to spend time on their phone rather than with you. If they turn down invitations to hang out with you in favor of staying home and being on their phone, then they're probably phubbing you. Lastly, number 3 is when they show more interest in their phone than in you. If they seem more excited about their phone than about spending time with you, then chances are they're phubbing you. So what should you do if you find yourself in this situation? The first step is to talk to your partner. Let them know how you feel when they phub you. It's important to be honest and open with your partner about how you feel. Tell them that you need their full attention when you're together and that phubbing you makes you feel ignored and unimportant. Next, set boundaries. It's perfectly okay to ask your partner to put their phone away when you're spending time together. You should also make it clear that you won't tolerate being ignored while they're on their phone. You could even suggest that both of you put your phones away across the room before you start talking. If talking doesn't work, then it may be time to take a break from the relationship. If your partner continues to phub you despite your best efforts to communicate with them, then it may be time to move on. You deserve someone who can give you the love and attention you need. If you've been phubbed by your partner, you're not alone. This is a common experience that many people go through. Just remember to stay true to yourself and don't settle for someone who does not value your presence. You deserve someone who will give you their full attention and make you feel loved and appreciated. Luz stared into the distance as the last rays of sunlight dipped below the horizon. Her reflection stared back at her, her eyes filled with unshed tears. She had known for a long time that her boyfriend, Carlos, was cheating on her. His phone was always glowing between them like a barrier, cutting off any real connection. Every time she tried to talk to him, he would brush her off, his attention still on his phone. But tonight, as she sat there watching him, the reality of her situation smacked her squarely in the face. She was losing him, and it was all because of a phone. In the quiet of the evening, as the park emptied out, she made a decision. She was done waiting, done hoping, and most importantly, done settling for a love that was constantly overshadowed by the glow of a screen. With a newfound sense of determination, she got up, leaving behind the half-eaten sandwich and the untouched lemonade. As she walked away, the setting sun casting long shadows around her, she could feel a weight lifting. It was the weight of unrequited love and misplaced hope. The road ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. She deserved more, much more than what Carlos could give her. Maybe she deserved someone who wouldn't need to hide behind a phone screen, someone who could look her in the eye and see not just a girlfriend, but a partner, a confidant, a friend. Someone with whom she could build a future free from the phantoms cast by the eerie blue light of a phone screen. As she stepped out of the park and into the soft glow of the streetlights, she took a deep breath, the cool night air filling her lungs. Ahead of her lay the promise of a new dawn, a dawn that might bring a different kind of love, a love that shone as brightly as the stars above. And so, ladies, if you find yourself in a situation like Luz's, please take a cue from her. Don't wait around for someone who isn't ready to give you the love and attention you deserve. Walk away from those who would rather be on their phone than with you, and make room for the ones who will cherish and prioritize your presence. Remember, your time and affection are precious commodities. Don't squander them on those who aren't willing to reciprocate. We appreciate you watching this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Your support motivates us to keep creating entertaining and educational content for you. So don't forget to subscribe for more insightful story videos. Story that need to balance the use of technology and relationship to our loved ones. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.